All right. It is November 2032. We are gearing up for the 2033 MLB season. If you've missed some episodes, haven't watched some episodes, we've been a very good team for 6+ seasons now. 93, 91, 89, 95, 112, 97 are our win totals. We've won the division 4 out of the 6 years. No World Series yet, though. And it's getting a bit tricky because we are the Pirates. So we do have, we're up to the 24th biggest budget. And we're going to be able to get our payroll up to around 155 here. I tweaked the development budget down a little bit and also unloaded some salaries and some trades, which we'll get to in a minute. Why don't we do that first, and then we'll get to the Major League roster. Let's go back to, I guess it would have been October I was making those deals. So maybe it was November. Okay. So first thing I did was I traded Cam Canarella. He just kind of topped out here early on and then was an okay player, and then his fielding started slipping too, and he's 29. He was up to $4.4 million, which is, offloading $4.4 million as the Pirates is not nothing. It's something, is what I'm saying. And we have other guys who can play center field and hit below average, or maybe even hit for better than average. But, he had a solid career for us. It got off to a better start than it ended. After these 2 years, was kind of thinking if he becomes a 140-game player, he could put up 3 to 4 WAR and a 110 WRC plus. We ended up being 3 WAR per 162 average, 92 WRC plus over his 5 seasons with us. As a 6 overall pick, you always want to try to get a star out of those players, but we got our center fielder for 5 years. That's okay, not great. We got back a left-handed hitting infielder who, I think this guy could be in the mix possibly for a utility job at some point, and we are so right-handed heavy on our major league team, but especially in AA and AAA. So jumping a chance to get a lefty, and then we also got Adam Lien, who started 12 games for the Diamondbacks last year and was pretty good. 3.05 ERA, 3.36 FIP. Towson University, stand up. Let's go, Towson MD. He's got 2 option years left. I don't know if he'll make the team or not. We've got a lot of depth in our bullpen guys / 3 through 5 starters. Got a lot of those. Paul Skeens did not opt out, shockingly. The guy who's turned into maybe a reliever, it did not opt out of the last $118 million over 3 years of his deal. That torn labrum just has kind of wrecked him. We traded Sal Stewart because we didn't really need him, and he was making $11 million, so it was basically just a salary dump, just a whatever minor leaguer. Same thing. Ricky Tiedemann was making $11.8 million and had lost his job in our rotation. Was just never really that good for us. Connor Griffin lost his job last year, but including Griffin in this deal allowed us to get out of all of Tiedemann's contract. Nobody was interested in just Tiedemann, but when I packaged him with Griffin, I got some offers of just throw-ins. I got this guy who's a captain, so it was whatever. I wasn't getting anybody of value back. So those, Griffin is making what this year? 2.5, and Canarella is another 4.5. So you're looking at $7 million, and then these 2 goobers are 11 each. Yeah, he's 12 million. So 20, 30, 32 million dollars, $31 million we got, which is good because we have some holes we need to fill. We didn't really have any budget room before that, so need to do it, and also brought the development budget down a little bit, as I mentioned. Pitching side of things, we don't really have a number 1 starter. I'm not sure we have a number 2 starter. Dylan Jordan could be that guy, but he's just not turned into that guy for us just yet. Ed Ramos, he could be that guy. It was his first full year as a starter. He put up a 3.79 ERA, 4.3 FIP. But I more think of these guys as excellent number 3 starters. Lean Verbruggen, he could take a step forward, but I don't know that you want to count on that from a young guy. So, call him another number 3 starter. Paul Skeens, I think we're being generous if we call him a number 4 starter at this point. He was still good last year, right? Like he put up a 2.87 ERA last year. Now his FIP was not good. This year it caught up to him, but he wasn't able to lead the league in BABIP. If he could spend the year as a number 5 starter for us and put up 1 to 2 WAR, somewhere between his 2031 and 2032 numbers, right? Give me a 4 ERA and a 4 FIP. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, but this is definitely making it a bit of a challenge to contend, as some of our hitters are entering arbitration and getting expensive. I would love to go sign a number 1 starter. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I think, honestly, I'd love to find, a bargain guy who could slot in as, maybe another guy on level with Jordan or Ramos. I haven't looked at the free agents yet. We're going to do that together in a minute. But would love to sign another guy. We're going to have to be pretty Pirates about this. We're going to have to be pretty economical about this because Skeens is making so much money and not fulfilling that role. Bullpen Martinez, we're going to pay him $20 million to be our closer. Last year, the closer role was in flux, and it sucked. I would say, if we have a big need, I'll look at shopping Martinez, or if we need to free up money, I'll look at it. But leaning against it, I'll probably pay him $20 million as our closer. It's just for 1 year. Osvaldo Barrios, who finished second in reliever of the year, he's back. I think Almonte, Covington, and Palmeiro is out of options, so I think he'll be on the squad. He has had some success as a starter in the league, so him and Lien are kind of some depth for us. Mario Velasquez could be some depth for us in the starting rotation if we get hit with injuries. Hitting side of things, Silver Slugger, catcher, got his first Silver Slugger, platinum stick as they call it here, at catcher. Javier Garcia is back. Poulin, he got some MVP votes. Oh, and Garcia finished third in MVP voting. He got 1 first place vote, by the way. Pronko won a Gold Glove this year. He'll be back. Caro is back. Sanford will be back as our shortstop. I think Huerta will get a shot at the starting outfield job. There are going to be some more question marks on offense for sure. But we just can't afford to go out and make big splashes right now. And we have a really good offense. These 4 guys in the middle at the top of our order are awesome. Pitts will get another crack at the center field job. I think, how was his defense there again? Yeah, I think he can. I think he'll do better than that this year. And then we do need a right fielder, and I think we need a lefty. We don't have any lefty hitting outfielders. We're kind of short on lefties here. Will Duvall will get a shot at the full-time DH job after being more in a super utility role in first, second, left, right, and DH the last couple of years. McCarty will be back. Arizaga will get a bench job. Those are the 2 I think we know about, and then a bunch of guys will compete for the other 2 bench spots. I think Dubovic will get a shot. One guy that I'd really like to see make the jump is Bryce Beard, our first-round pick from 2028, 70 outfield range. He wasn't amazing in AAA last year and is, has not had amazing offensive years, but I think he could be a solid player for us. He's got a lot of speed too. He's a line drive hitter, high gap power. Those things are all good in our ballpark. So I think he's got the inside track on a job, but that's another righty bat. So I think if possible, we're going to try to sign a lefty outfield bat who could play versus righties. Not going to make a big splash. So I think that's on our list. So a lefty outfield bat. I'm going to write this down. Lefty outfield, SP. And then bullpen, so these are 5 guys. So say 2 of these guys make it. I think we want to sign, a setup guy. And I'd like him to be lefty. 1 lefty setup. Luke Little did not come back. He wanted, a 3-year deal. He had a really good year for us. So let's look at what's out there based on what we need. I think the pitching. Oh, Junior Caminero is out there. Look at this. He's done in Tampa. Won an MVP. Multiple other awards. Wow, it's the top pitcher out there, Cure. I did try to get this guy to come back, the guy we traded for at the deadline. I just wasn't willing to commit 5 years to him. He was wanting 5 years, $20 million per. I was trying to get him to take 3, $18 million per. I would have even done 3, $20 million per. But he wasn't willing to do it. And I don't blame him. Like, why would he? He's 30. Why would he want to hit the market again when he's like 33? So let's look what other starters are out there. So, like, I think this, like, 14 is probably the top we'd want to go. Skubal is out here, but he's wrecked. Oh, he was in Seattle last year. Did he get traded there, I wonder? Oh, yeah, he was traded for a bunch of guys. A really good closer prospect, an okay pitching prospect. I'm just going by overall. All right. And then some more throw-ins. So for 1 year, Skubal. So he's won 3 Cy Youngs. When did he win it? 24, 25, 27. 2030 was a lost year for him. It looks like 29 and 30 were lost years to injury, and he's been okay since he came back, but I don't know that I'm looking to target a 36-year-old wrecked starter. Steve Zobak, $11 million. Who is this guy? He's also wrecked. Darn. He's had some good years. We also have Zach Gallen here. Zach Gallen, who spent some of the 2026 season with us. He's normal injury proneness. He's coming off, I mean, he's been really solid through age 35. And then last year was not nearly as good, but his strikeouts have kind of hung around. His homer rate went way up last year. You know, he's not looking great here. How many years is he wanting? Yeah, that's insane. I'm not giving a 37-year-old 4 years. This is what happens when you have to shop in free agency, huh? I could, like, just be like, dude, I'm going to go in. I've got a solid enough team that I can be in the mix. I think I could be in the mix with the rotation I have and put one of the young guys as my 5th starter. Like, I think that would be fine. I'd really rather not do that. Tyler Glasnow is wrecked, but out here, he made 22 starts for the Yankees last year. ERA was terrible. FIP was 2 runs better. Wow. What's he wanting? See, like 1 year, 8.5 to a wrecked guy. What's Skubal want? How many years? Yeah, 4 years is nuts. Glasnow, I could see maybe. I feel like this is such a Pirates move. Yeah, we're going to go after Glasnow is wrecked and 39, and that's going to be what we're doing. How we're going to do it. How many years did this guy want? 4. Zach Wheeler is out here wanting $16 million. Man, his ratings suck, but like he's still doing that thing. How many years did he want? 42. He wants just a 1 year, $16 million deal. Yeah, I'm not willing to do that. What's Logan Gilbert's injury? Torn rotator cuff, out 4 to 5 months. Yikes. Joe Ryan. He had a really solid season for the Cubs. Joe Ryan's still cooking here. He's 36 though. Man, Joe Ryan, like, he spent the 2028 season. I was like, he was with me at one point, I think. Did I sign him as a free agent? I can't even remember. Where's the Pirates one? Oh, wait. Yeah, I signed him to a 1 year deal. And he worked out all right. He pitched well. He only wants 1 year. He's got okay health. So Ryan is on our radar for sure, but I feel like Blake Snell's got to be too. He's wrecked. Does he want 1 year deal? He also wants a 1 year deal. He'd love to play for us, which is just so nice to hear, Blake. And as you may recall, he was with us and pitched well 2 straight years here. It looked like he got hurt in Chicago last year and didn't pitch as well. I think I'm leaning Joe Ryan, though. Mitch Keller, could bring him back. Mitch was okay. Yeah. So I think we're going to float an offer to Joe Ryan. His strikeout numbers have not like tanked. Yeah, Joe Ryan is and he only wants a 1 year deal too. Is pretty big deal. Let's see if he'll take 9. I doubt he will. Okay, so Joe Ryan for 9. So got $24 million to play with here. I think a left-handed hitting batter here. Let's go to batting ratings here. Still sort by overall, though. Like Hector Rodriguez is a lefty bat who is very cheap. He hit righties well last year. He hasn't been great against righties in his career. I mean, he's not an amazing hitter. He's only a 90 career WRC plus guy. But I'm wondering if we gave him just those at bats, if that would help him. There are some like higher level lefty bats out here, but I don't think we're not looking to take that big of a swing. I mean, we don't have the money to it if we wanted to. Who's this gentleman? This guy's torn it up. I mean, he put up 2.5 WAR and then was in the minors again the next season. Poor guy. He's 25. They finally cut him loose. He can play outfield. It's okay. It's a switch hitter. Made the All-Star team in 2031 and then didn't get a spot on the roster the next year. Played 103 games in Double-A. That's really funny. No, I don't really want him. Andy Pages is an interesting name, but I don't need another righty bat, and he's kind of expensive. Or Yordan Alvarez. He's wrecked. I mean, I could DH him and put Duvall in the outfield. Duvall is not the best outfielder, but nah, I'm not really looking to do that. Heston Kjerstad is a guy I've tried to trade for a couple times because he still mashes righties. He wants $10 million. It's a little bit more than I want to give him in the 3 years. Yeah. Marcelo Myers out there. He's wrecked, though. Basayo. Trailed off this year. You want $16 million? Yeah, no thanks. Nasim Nunez. Osuna. I don't know. Maybe we can go the trade market to get the left-handed hitting outfielder. I don't know that there's anything out here that's like affordable. Like Lazaro wants $19 million. This guy is so interesting. Yeah, I don't know, dudes. Cole Carrig is a switch. We've had him before, and he wasn't good in our park. If I get Kjerstad down to 1 year, like, I'm not against that. Oh, wait, I think I was looking at left, and I meant to be looking at right. I mean, look at Kjerstad crushes righties. If you just play him against righties and sit him against lefties, like, I don't know. Let's see. If he'd be willing to take this deal. We'll go 2 years, $18 million instead of 2 years at $9 million per instead of 3 years, 30. I'll leave the vesting option where he had it. I won't game him too much there. All right, so he's not opposed to that. So now we have $16 million left to play with, and we want to bring in a lefty reliever. So we have Luke Little here, who we had last year and pitched really well, but is too much money. Gregory Soto is much more in the ballpark of what we'd want to spend. He was with us, for a couple of years here and was really good. Like, I think he won reliever of the year. Was that with us? Yeah, 2027. He won reliever of the year. He made the All-Star team 2 years with us. I could definitely see a reunion happening here. Would you be willing to take like 3.5 instead? Okay. So those are we've made offers to Ryan, Kjerstad, Soto. Again, none are like world beaters. I don't normally shop in free agency this much, but right now we're just kind of having to with where we're at as a team. And the other thing that's interesting is we're gonna have some decisions to make on, like, Pronko has 3 more years of club control, Caro has 2, and then what does Poulin have left? Where's he? Okay, so he's got 4 more, so Poulin's got some more time. But I think Caro and Pronko, I don't necessarily want to lose both of them to free agency when it's time. So, like, after this season, would we move Caro or would we move Pronko at some point? I don't know. I don't want to move them yet, but that could be coming at some point. And we've got some payroll flexibility. Like, we've kind of trimmed this down a lot from where we were looking, but we don't, you figure we can run a payroll of like 160. So in like 2035, we're kind of like almost already there. So we don't want to take on a lot of long-term money, which is why I was looking for the 1-year deals. Obviously, I think once Paul's deal is off the books, we could make a splash, but that splash might be like Pronko and Poulin, like extending them, or Pronko and, I don't know, say somebody blows up like Huerta or somebody like that. So we have some guys coming eventually. We do have the number 11 prospect in baseball. He's a pitcher who we drafted 35th overall just this year, and he made it up to high A. He wasn't like great in high A, but looking like a possible stud there. And Sam Wilson Jr. is in double A, but he had elbow surgery for the second time. It was kind of a lost year for him. Disappointing, but hopefully he can pick up where he left off in double A. Dimas and Greenman are both rookie ball. They're a ways away. Huerta will make the team, this year's our outfielder. Shiflett is a ways away. So, we do have some other help coming, like, Bryce Beard. Chris Bland is a first-round pick from 2031, 31st overall, that got his first taste of double A and did pretty well. Mike Lutz, if he could stay healthy, could be in the mix, but he just can't stay healthy right now. Dan Conley could be in the mix this year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm optimistic that we'll be able to sign all 3 of those guys with how easy those negotiations went to start. I don't think it's anything to think like, oh, this move put us over the top, but I just hope it like solidifies our floor as a team. I think, we need to get our ceiling from like our star hitters. Caro, Pronko, Poulin, Garcia. Hopefully Duvall could take a step forward. If Huerta breaks out, like, that's huge. We're going to go as far as like our star hitters carry us this year, and I'm just trying to like solidify the floor to like help them out. It's kind of my goal. So I'll go forward and come back and let you guys know if I've signed those guys or what's happened, and wrap it up. All right, so mission accomplished. All 3 guys came in and are on board for the deals that we offer them. Kerstad will play in the outfield for us against righties a good bit. Soto will be in the back end of our bullpen. We'll see. Him or Almonte, they'll both get a good amount of innings. And then Joe Ryan into the starting rotation. We'll see how these play out. Like, honestly, like, they could all flop. They could all hit. Hopefully 2 of the 3 will hit, right? We did lose a couple guys in the Rule 5 draft. It was a real roster crunch. Like, I made like 4 trades, like pretty minor trades, the Rule 5 draft, for like minor league guys who I didn't want to lose for nothing, but weren't going to make my 40-man. Trade them for guys who like weren't eligible, but still had some guys that I thought I might lose, but that I was kind of like okay losing. Mike Mallon, who was a good bat, and put up good numbers in the minors, but just like, he's got 55 range and 35 arm. Like, what are you doing with that? You're playing first base or DH. And I don't think his bat is good enough to play first base or DH. I would have loved to have had him as depth. Like, if I had some injuries or needed a bench bat or needed a guy to come up and hit for a little while, yeah, he's a good player to have, but he's organizational depth. I wasn't going to give up a precious 40-man spot to him. And then this one was a little more surprising. I don't know if he'll last the whole season. Jose Medina, he just turned 22. He split last year between high A and double A and did really well. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I saw that OSA was higher on him. I was a little worried about it, but the fact that he had the 60 outfield range, right, he's probably not playing center field. How did I acquire him again? Oh, minor league contract. Okay, cool. I don't know. I just wasn't like, I didn't think anybody was going to take him, but they did, and that's okay. I don't think I lost a superstar, but I think he could have been a decent contributor for me. I just have a lot of right-handed hitting outfield depth in the minors, and guys who have like better range than him too, right? Or, Jalen Walker was already on the 40-man. I thought about taking him off, my third-round pick from 2026, but he's hit everywhere. He didn't last year. I think he was a little upset that he was still down in AAA. I have Bryce Beard, who has better range, and he's a righty. Dubovic has put up great numbers everywhere, and he's a two-way player, even though, I don't think he's going to hit. McCarty, I thought about taking off for him, but, he's another guy who OSA is way higher on than my guys. So, yeah, it was just a close call, and I thought that guy would sneak through, but he didn't. It's Christmas Day, by the way. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. And that's going to do it here. We'll pick up next with the 2033 season, where we'll continue our quest for the World Series. I don't think our 2033 club will be the best club that we've had. I think some of those were like, maybe that last year with Tamar, last couple of years with Tamar was our best shot, but we still got a shot to win a World Series. We're still a contender. I think we'll still be the favorite in our division. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.